My boy Noxel, how's it going, man? We're here, dude.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I mean, we were just talking about Reverie, right? Like that's going to be one of the biggest things that we're looking at going into this top 8 is that who gets that final Reverie qualifier. These two, they're in.
Yeah, they're
They're already,
definitely in.
yeah. So they're just fighting for the typical. I want to win this tournament. I want the add another name to my list of names of players that I've beaten, right?
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Not to say that the stakes aren't high. They definitely are, but we're going to definitely be keeping an eye out for those other names, looking to qualify for that last spot later on as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously the stakes are high, $700 pop bonus, some give or take, obviously. So, and Niko, the hometown hero, once again defending the land in winner's side, top 8. To nobody's surprise, right? I mean, Niko has been one of the greatest to do it. Oh my God, he wanted to get the item into the blade beam, but unfortunately nobody home for that. MuteAce so getting the float cancel bear to put Niko off stage, and oh my goodness, that was a really unfortunate. Obviously MuteAce wanted the turnip to send away to get the gimp, but Niko kind of getting a little bit lucky right there and being able to hold on to this first stock still.
Yeah, so far, as long as you can keep holding on to this stock, that limit's going to come online really, really soon, and that's going to be huge for Niko potentially closing out this stock. We're definitely at that percent where limit, anything is going to kill from probably anywhere on the stage. Yep, got to hold shield there if you're MuteAce. You have to eat the grab, but it's better than eating the limit attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And nice dare right there. One of the things you also want to be careful for, we saw MuteAce angling the shield up. That's to avoid the back airs as well, because of the timing that Niko obviously usually likes to go for. It tends to hit the top part of your shield, and if you're holding shield for quite a while, you do risk getting shield poked. So nice stuff from MuteAce, as well as finding, the kill to even up the stocks and already having a lead for himself in this first game.
Yeah, MuteAce extending the lead, but that shield tilt that you mentioned is one of those nuances that a lot of the top players do that I think a lot of people don't really notice as much, but MuteAce, you see it all the time against Cloud, like you said, huge, huge deal. But Niko with the limit here, going to be pushing MuteAce to the corner, only 15%, so not the most threatening situation to get limit in, but nonetheless, let's see. Actually, Niko, is going to lose the limit right there. Only got 15 seconds to use it, so...
Yeah, absolutely. Got to be a little bit, got to be a little bit more resourceful and manage your time a little bit better. Had that stitch off stage, but Niko able to air dodge to the ledge, able to make it back. So far right now, gets the climb hazard, gets the upward and downward hit as kind of a get off me tool, and nice cross up right there. Niko, obviously with the accessibility to have those cross ups with the cloud back air, right, kind of keep MuteAce guessing, right, because you want to be able to act with bear out of shield or something. You got to know where Niko's going. So obviously if you're a little bit ambiguous with that, it makes it a little bit easier for Niko to kind of land on MuteAce.
Yeah, scary situation now for MuteAce. This has kind of been the story so far. Oh, Niko's gonna live. Yeah, cross stage on PS2, but amazing job using that turnip to catch the jump. Niko's going to lose that stock. MuteAce now at 90%, still a kill percent, but without the rage that Niko had at 150, whatever he was at before, it's going to be a lot harder for him to take the stock.
Yeah, absolutely. And so far, already at 63%, unfortunately bleeding just a little bit. Needs to be able to get MuteAce back into the corner, and he does so with that grab. Tries to go for some shenanigans off stage, but nobody home for it. Niko, oh my God, MuteAce's resilience and holding pressure, holding the shield and dealing with all the pressure, able to still hold on to this second stock, and that is proving right now to be the difference maker.
Yeah, we saw MuteAce splashing shield there. Part of that, obviously, you can get the parries, but at the same time, if you hold shield too long, it's going to start getting to a point where it's going to you get shield poked or your shield gets too low, right? But good job, Niko, closing out that stock.
Oh, but the pressure right there with the turnip, catching the air dodge and then punishing accordingly with the forward smash. MuteAce going to take game number 1 over the hometown hero.
Yeah, I mean, Niko is going to have his back towards the wall a little bit to start this set. It looked promising at first. Those first 2 stocks especially, Niko was living up to 150, even 180, I want to say. I could be misremembering. But once MuteAce on that second stock managed to close it out and put Niko in a situation where Mute was at around 90-ish, right? But Niko didn't have rage anymore. And I think that really made it a lot harder for him to find that kill. And MuteAce was really able to steamroll that lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is, I'm not sure what their lifetime record is. I know they're at the very least 1-1. Niko taking a win over MuteAce back at CypherCon 2021. MuteAce taking, I'm pretty sure their last encounter might have been Reverie last year, in which MuteAce was able to take it in a Game 5 fashion. However, these are both leveled up players. more inclined to say that MuteAce has leveled up quite a bit more too. So
I mean, not too long ago.
Not too long ago.
We saw the famous MuteAce run at Genesis, and that was insane to see. But
yeah,
hey, this isn't Genesis, right?
Yeah, one for the books. I'm
Yeah,
excited to see. Obviously, like we're seeing him do it right now, but I'm excited to see the impact and the run that he potentially can have at this tournament, being the favorite to win it over some of the Texas heavy hitters.
Yeah.
MuteAce moving to Texas not too long ago himself, but
For
so
sure.
far has Niko off stage. What a tech right there. Not going to get it the second time around though, and is able to get, obviously, the ambiguity with the down air, right, because of the multi-hits, like when you should tech can be kind of an issue to deal with for sure. And Niko, unfortunately, wasn't able to guess correctly. Also might have been high percents where, like, you just can't tech it, really.
Yeah.
But so far, Niko being nice and resilient, but MuteAce having a 59% lead. Pretty healthy right now. And Niko having already, honestly, the scariest situation with Cloud is when you're at lowish percents with no limit. Like you like can't really make it back. Like there's you're kind of in a weird position, and if you don't have the limit to make it back, you're just a sitting duck off stage. MuteAce can run, throw Toad to cover the climb hazard, can just run off and just hit
as
you.
well, right?
Turnips as well. Obviously, we saw that. Oh my! He knew.
Niko, you are a god.
He knew.
Yeah.
I love the pressure and the positioning where he was at. Pretty much covered everything at that point, so was able to cover the roll in and able to keep it, keep the stocks even, kind of keep the fight going.
That was great recognition. Just the fact that that move obviously covers a lot of the platform, but Niko really needed to find an early stock. I feel like he was having a lot of trouble finding the kill on Mute, so being able to, he still had a huge deficit, but definitely much needed.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the pressure right there with the floats from MuteAce. Just looking to see if Niko will bite just a little bit, and there it is. Niko taking a minute to kind of reset himself. Obviously, you don't want to go down 2-0 against the number 1 seed at this tournament, and someone who probably has gotten the better of you recently too. So you want to definitely tie up the series one apiece. But so far, MuteAce, looking primed to go up 2-0. Niko though fighting back still, applying a lot of pressure on that platform with the cross slash, keeps him off stage with limit. Cloud's airspeed has a lot, he moves a lot faster with limit, so is able to kind of create a little bit more additional pressure right now. Gets the back air for his troubles. MuteAce, what's the option at the ledge right now? He kind of has him.
How well MuteAce is stalling out the limit.
Yeah, both times. Earlier we saw Niko at the ledge hanging onto the ledge with limit. MuteAce said, you know what, let it run, I'm good. And at the ledge right there, he was able to time it out just long enough to where the pivot limit cross slash didn't work out in his favor. However, he does find the back air, but he has no jump. Makes it back though, chooses the wrong option, MuteAce, and gets the Spargo cross slash, right, the infamous one. But he has him pressured in the air.
When Niko tech chases you on that platform, scary stuff can happen. Doesn't really quite get anything here, but we're starting to get to that percent where a potential big read might even out the stock. Right now, we're pretty even. Ledge trap situation for Niko.
Great net out of shield. Has the pressure yet again. MuteAce though crawling through the defenses from Niko, able to get some stage presence again. Dash attack not going to kill so far. Again, has MuteAce at the ledge right here. The pressure from MuteAce and the parry recognition with the timing right there. Great stuff. Has the empty hops once again. Time and time again, I say this. Niko always finds those empty hops in those last hit situations. MuteAce though, this is last hit basically.
Yeah,
one bad recovery could be it for you. Oh, but the turnip doesn't snipe him, not yet.
That was pixels off, and now Niko is going to have an opportunity here off stage. What's the option?
So far, nice pressure right there, and once again gets a float cancel into the grab right there.
No.
The RNG, the bomb, doesn't get it though. Unfortunate. Oh, but just a bad air dodge, and that's gonna be it. And Niko going to go down to MuteAce 2-0 right now in a best of 5 situation. This is not where you want to be.
I wonder if Niko potentially, maybe it was just a bad option there, but maybe Niko was looking for jump air dodge and he accidentally directional air dodge, right? And directional air dodge, obviously, way more lag and definitely allowed MuteAce to end that stock there. But Niko, I mean, if you're a Niko fan, that was promising. That was a lot closer than game one, and not only that, but just the mental fortitude that he had to keep bringing it back, especially because we were talking a lot about MuteAce's defensive play, how well MuteAce was stalling out the limit. And it's easy to get frustrated in that situation, right? But Niko didn't let that get to him. Managed to keep that even, keep that close all the way through.
Yeah, absolutely. And Niko is one of the players who tends to learn from his mistakes and is able to adapt. So if there's a time, as any, this is the time to, show the adaptations and show your work in order to potentially start this reverse 3-0. But MuteAce looking to potentially be a mountain that is too big for Niko to climb. However, Niko does have a lead right now and has MuteAce in disadvantage at the corner. Gets some stage control back, though, and kind of resets the situation a little bit.
Ooh, cross up there. Oh, interesting option by Niko. Yeah, gonna get punished for that, but Niko actually finding himself with an early lead. That's not something that we've seen so far. Maybe we can see the momentum sort of starting to swing in his favor.
Absolutely. Once again, he says, you know what, you want to shield, you want to angle your shield up and down for my back air timings? Let me just grab you then. And the delay right there, the mix-up on the jabs. Unhealthy shield ends up finally recognizing the shield drop, gets a back air at the ledge. Oh, but great air dodge from MuteAce right there to keep this one alive and not willing to give up this stock, but finally finds the back air right there. That's probably the first bear this entire set that Niko was finally able to catch MuteAce dropping shield at an inopportune time in order to finally find that first stock.
Yeah, and players like MuteAce, like we were talking about, defensive play so strong, so patient, waiting out basically for, 10 seconds maybe, while just at the corner against Cloud. Scary situation, but Niko kept at it and eventually won one of those interactions, got the kill off of it. But here we go, ledge trap for Mute. Onto the platform. Nice tech chase.
Yeah, absolutely. Pressure's right there with the blade beam, though. Nobody home. Crosses him up with the fair, though. Unfortunate. Tried to get something out of it. Nobody home for it, though. Niko still pressuring. Overextends just a little bit with that dash attack. And MuteAce finding some footing yet again. Already trying to get rid of this first stock, but Niko potentially close to overlapping in percents and taking this stock. And there it is with the rage, with the percent, with Peach's sort of light construction on the body. Is able to finally find that second stock, and Niko having the first big lead in this set so far.
Yeah, I mean, forget big lead. This lead is huge. Granted, MuteAce, I don't know how he made that back.
He made that back. All for him to die, but he made that back. I was like, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. The floatiness right there recognizes that those mid percents, when you get the back air, you have to go for the dash attack. On heavies at that percent, you could probably back air, cross slash, you could probably do some other stuff. But Niko recognizing great awareness, and so far having a healthy lead. Has limit though. One big read potentially could be game 3 for Niko, but MuteAce looking to hold on so far.
Oh yeah, Niko firing off that limit there. We've seen Niko, I think, starting to use that limit blade beam just to get value off of that limit because MuteAce was doing such a good job stalling it out early on in the set. Well, okay, MuteAce now slowly bringing this back. Kind of looking a little bit like what Niko was doing to him in that second game. But yeah, off stage situation once again.
Yeah, up until that fair, MuteAce had not been touched for quite some time. Yeah. Already, though, having limit and doesn't even need it. Gets the downer spike right there. Niko taking one back for Houston, man.
Yeah, and you love to see it, the progress that Niko made throughout the set, right? Game 1 was a pretty decisive victory on MuteAce's part. Niko was looking really rough to start that game 2 as well, but managing to close the gap. And even though he couldn't close it out, you could tell he was starting to figure it out, right? And we really saw the fruits of that in that game 3 as Niko puts himself on the board here.
Yeah, absolutely. But however, this is obviously Niko is going to have to reverse 3-0 MuteAce, win the next 3 in a row, including the last one he just won. However, we will be on MuteAce's counter picks for the rest of this set, and I think it looks like we're going Smashville to kind of close the gap a little bit and kind of force Niko to, hey, you can't run away, you can't throw out these hitboxes and then run away charge limit. You have to be right in my face, and it is Saturday night. KK Slider is in the building for game number 4.
There's no better way to play on Smashville than when KK Slider's back there, so
I'm telling you, man.
Love to see it.
Absolutely, for sure. Adds a little bit of a, kind of an eyesore whenever he's not there, so, you love to see it, and obviously it looks like it's powered up MuteAce right now. 97% unanswered until Niko hit that rising cross slash off the ledge.
Yeah, it's such a strong option off the ledge too. Huge hitbox, right? It does tons of damage. You got to respect it sometimes. And even if you shield it, you have to respect the multi-hit mix-ups. But MuteAce, nice job. Just going to close out that stock. Niko not able to make it back out of the ledge in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's not looking too pretty for Niko right now. We saw, the tides turn a little bit compared to the last game. A little bit too antsy. Is that a jump? Oh, but the cross slash is able to still kind of gain some footing and able to get back to the ledge, back on the ground where Cloud is the safest and the strongest, it seems like.
Yeah. I mean, but like you mentioned to start the set, or the game rather, Smashville is much a smaller main stage length. So if MuteAce wants, he can close that gap a lot easier than on the other stages, and up close, I mean, few characters fight as strong as Peach does.
Absolutely, and because the actual stage is just smaller in general, MuteAce wins 1 or 2 neutral interactions, and Cloud is at the corner, right? Cloud is at the ledge. Cloud is off stage, and that's exactly what MuteAce wants to do. Wants to put Niko in these disadvantageous situations where he has to expend the resources. And Cloud, again, off stage with no limit at mid-percent is a sitting duck, and, you know, the quick gimps are definitely ready to come.
Yeah, MuteAce going to send Niko all the way to the corner here. Is he able to find this kill? Niko is finding himself in a very similar situation where he can't quite hit MuteAce, and I think that's an underrated part of Peach. It's how slippery she can be, right? Defensive play with the character has a lot of potential for sure, and MuteAce showing that right now.
Absolutely. MuteAce getting that fair off stage and gets the second fair to close the stock. Niko, last stock situation in this game, number 4.
Yeah, it's now or never, Niko. Niko taking off the headphones, locking in as much as he can. What can he find here? Oh, MuteAce finding a huge combo.
Oh, but misses that up air. MuteAce not able to punish accordingly, though. Man, that shield is so low in MuteAce, though. Understanding the positions where Niko wants to be, where he's putting that back air,
yep.
and MuteAce able to angle the shields accordingly, but your ledge invincibility runs out the shortest whenever you're higher percents. Niko taking advantage of that, taking one back. However, it's a long road to climb. You're down 2-1. You're down 2 stocks to 1. Niko's going to have to play out of his mind in order to even just force this to a game 5.
Yeah, especially struggling to find the hits here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, not going to get anything off that jab reset, but Niko has corner again. Is going to be down thrown, 88% now. And we're probably going to see MuteAce stall out this limit a little bit longer. And once that limit goes away, yeah, the comeback factor is just being mitigated right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, with limit, you do have 1 or 2 neutral interactions that you have to win, and you could potentially let it rip if you find yourself in a tech situation. However, like you said, without the limit, it feels like all hope is pretty much lost at this point. MuteAce gets the dash attack. Cloud with the jump, no jump, or has the jump still. Great resourcefulness from Niko. However, is it too little, too late? Right now, he does the climb hazard. Get off me, bro. Decides to let it rip a little bit too early. Maybe can get an early stock, but not able to get it right there. This is really scary. Yeah, the flow cancels into the grab, forward throw off stage. Cloud 183. It's looking so grim right now for Niko.
And yeah, that's going to be it. MuteAce is going to take that set, going to advance to the winners finals. And I mean, everyone expected this, right? This is no surprise, but he's going to be waiting there for I believe, our next set, whoever wins